Good morning, everyone. The day has come. Today, by the end of the day, will be the last chance you have to buy the Vegan Health Bundle. So I'll be doing a number of different lives all day, and I'm going to be making some almond joy oatmeal with Ellen, that has a great book on oatmeals. I'm going to talk about how I roll my own oats and show another demo of sprouting and rolling your own oats. I'm in process with a lot of different things going on here in the plant food kitchen, and just about ready to make some more wheatgrass for everyone here. Wheatgrass apple ginger juice in my juicer here. I have the Nama C2 that has the blender and juicer attachment that flips back and forth on top. Really fun to use. Enjoying my little beautiful carrot cake muffins this morning. Look at those. And that came out of a book in the bundle as well. This delicious recipe was from Amanda Sick, and she has a Simply Sweets book in there that has desserts that have no processed sugar, no gluten, are amazing, absolutely amazing. And I highly recommend looking through her dessert book if you have a sweet tooth, but you don't want to have you want to have guiltless sweets, let's put it that way, where you can just eat as many as you want. It doesn't matter. These are delicious. Made those yesterday. And also, I have a zone broth. I've been talking about my zone broth within all of what we've been cooking this week. I don't cook with oil. I saute with stock, and I highly recommend this. It is a shift in a little bit of technique, and as long as you are aware of what you're doing, you can absolutely caramelize onions, garlic, anything you want to be cooking with a good broth. Well, I don't recommend buying a store-bought broth. Of course, if you needed to, you could go buy an organic broth, but why not save all of everything you're chopping, and especially if you have a plant-based kitchen, you're going to be using a lot of veggies. All those little ends of bits and whatnot that you are saving all week, just put them in an airtight container, and or if you're saving them longer term, put them in a Ziploc in the freezer. It doesn't matter, but just save them to make a rich broth. In my case, I also add wild mushrooms and or just dried mushrooms, dried shiitakes, some kind of dried mushrooms in there, and I put dried seaweed in there too, because I'm bringing all these minerals into this very rich broth, which gives it a much more deep umami flavor than anything you can buy in the store. And it's so quick and easy to do. You do it on that one meal prep day that you have a week where you are making a stock or something or batch cooking for your week. If you're a busy person, well, it's a great day to just throw all that stuff in a pot, put it on the stove, let it simmer for 5 to 6 hours, and then sieve it out. Or if you have an instant pot, it's easy to make it in an instant pot. That's what I have here. And I cooked this yesterday afternoon and let it cool down. And so it's ready to now put through a colander, and then I can put it into the mason jars. You'll see all the different sea vegetables and mushrooms. And in here you also have skins from allium, all of your garlic, onion skins, everything like that. Put them in your broth. They have a lot of minerals to bring to the party. Now, I know that this isn't raw vegan. This is more a component of what I do in my gently cooked recipes. I involve the best of whole food plant-based and the best of raw, and I fuse them together in many of the things that I do. So if I am going to be cooking, it's whole food plant-based. I'm not putting in fractionated oils on the stove. This is the kind of thing I love to do. So now I've got it in the colander in a big bowl, and you can just pull that up, push down a little bit, get all that yummy umami flavor out of your veggies and different things in here. I have celery in here, I have beets in here, carrot ends in here, some kale from the garden, some pak choy, similar to bok choy, a little different. Dried shiitakes, all kinds of stuff. Sometimes I'll sit and pick the actual pieces of seaweed out from in here and eat them, because I just love them. And when they've been cooked, they're really tender. And I love my sea vegetables. And I harvest my sea vegetables right from the coast on low tides here in Mendocino. I have the luxury of living in a place that is away from big cities, so I don't have polluted oceans, to go and harvest my own seaweeds, and I get a wide array of them. Here we get kombu, we get wakame, we get nori, bladderwrack, any number of different great seaweeds are available. Sea palm, you have to have a permit for that one, but it's a beautiful one to use here on the Mendocino coastline. So that's finished, and let me get this over the sink real quick. So this is just going to go into mason jars, and if you have a lot of stock, and this is a lot of stock, but it's winter. In the wintertime, I make more soups, so I like to have a good supply of my zone broth. Then I'll put it into mason jars, put it in the fridge, and or in the freezer if I want to have some back stock. Don't fill those mason jars too high or you're going to explode them in the freezer, and don't put a lid on tight until they're frozen. Just set the lid on, put it in the freezer, leave it down about a ½ inch from the top of the jar, and then you won't crack your mason jars. It does work, but you got to give it the space to expand as it freezes in the freezer. So remember that. And then you'll always have stock on hand. You won't rely on those. Yeah, it's great to go out and buy a organic stock, veggie stock, but they're really nothing. There's no flavor to them. There's no depth to them. And it's all about the sauces and the stocks and the basics, if you're a chef, in creating that soup where you're going to take a bite and just have an explosion of flavors with different layers going on. This is the key. You got to make a good stock. So now I have it, and I can make another batch. The nettles are popping all over the property. I was walking down by the stream here. We've got fresh nettles. So I'm thinking a sprouted mung bean nettle soup. Love that kind of thing. So that's going to be coming up. So I'll sprout some nettles and make my nettle soup. This will be the base for that. Those of you that are tapping in here know that we are on the final day of promoting the Vegan Health Bundle, and click the link in my bio and you can get all of this knowledge and so much more for $49. I have a great course in there that is the Vibrant Vegan for every season, where you will come in live here in my kitchen 8 times a year, twice in the spring, twice in the summer, twice in the fall, and twice in the winter, which will take us all the way to next year's bundle. My last class will be right before we do this for 10 days again next year with whatever we are all bringing to the table. But I implore you to click the link, check out all of the incredible offerings this bundle has, from top nutritionists, doctors in plant-based nutrition that have the science, have the knowledge, can show you why and how this can change your life and turn back the clock on your own health. You'll feel like you were 20 years younger after doing it for a year. I guarantee you, if you really take the dive, it's worth it. I'm 61, going on 41, as far as how I feel and the energy I have every day, because I embraced this type of lifestyle about 15 years ago after a bad accident. Many of the people that you will find in this modality of teaching, where we have gone back to culinary school, gotten degrees, and are out there spreading the word, we have a personal healing story. I certainly do. And we understand alkaline fuel sources coming in and the power of staying away from all ultra-processed foods. Make your own condiments, make your own peanut butter, make your own mayonnaise, make your own ketchup, make your own fermented mustards, make your own fermented drinks, kombuchas, kefirs. You want any of that kind of stuff, I can show you how to do it. Check out plantfoodculinary.com and you will learn everything A to Z about a living foods kitchen. This includes the best of raw. Remember, I was a lead instructor and director of Living Light Culinary Institute, where we certified more raw vegan chefs than probably any institute, and was the most award-winning program. That program didn't survive in its physical form past COVID, so I took it online, and part of my online course projection that I wanted to do was to have a way to connect with people, even though they're in online classes. So I do go live regularly with people in my chef program and touch base at least twice a month. And we do seasonal cooking online, and everyone can ask questions, interact with me as if they had traveled all the way here to the Mendocino coast in California. And it's a great interactive way that no matter where they are working through all the courses in my academy, they can bring the questions to the table in the live sessions. So you can experience that too, not quite as many times a year. We're talking many times a year if you are in the chef program, but just 8 times a year, I put together something for this bundle package to give people a teaser of what it's like to tap in with someone who has been teaching and doing gourmet, ethnic, raw vegan, and whole food plant-based for over 12 years and teaching it to chefs all around the world. It's a fun ride to tap into my kitchen. You get this by buying the Vegan Health Bundle, which if you click the link in my bio, you can go in and check it out, but you only have until 11:59 today, right before the strike of 12, and then boom, tomorrow. You want to come in to the Vibrant Vegan for Every Season? It's $2.95. That's just the way it is. On my website, $49 today, $295 tomorrow. I can't afford to do this all year. For 10 days, I put out a teaser, as do many of the chefs in this bundle package. This is to help bring awareness and bring more people into our programs. And everyone that does get the chance to hear about this from us and takes advantage of clicking that link, $49 to get into a year-long live Zoom access to someone like me that is teaching in an academy. This is a great deal. So click the link and check it out. And beyond just my course, which I can guarantee you is going to be amazing and blow your mind, you're going to, as a tail end of it, that you're going to sign into mine, but then all of a sudden look over and go, whoa, wait, there's over 150 contributions I get for the same $49 of being in Chef James' course. Now you have thousands of recipes from raw foodists, from whole food plant-based, from many different contributors, doctors, nutritionists, even exercise, all kinds of great online exercise programs in here. Wide spectrum of stuff that you can spend probably over 2 years working through if it took you, if you're really dedicated. But the beauty of this kind of thing is you can tap in on your busy schedule whenever you want to any of these courses, including mine. Some people won't be able to attend the live session. The minute that they're done, they're recorded, they're put onto the website. Everyone, because I have students worldwide, over 3,000 going through my academy, I know that there's different time zones involved, so they can all immediately have access because the recorded version of it goes immediately on the website. Everyone wins. They all get to watch it on their own time and rewatch it as many times as they want. So that's a beauty of a package like this. We all have busy lives, and many of us want to be more healthy. This is a way to take a step in 2024 to change your life. A $49 purchase, click the link for more information in my bio, will give you access to over $8,000 worth of content that could change your life. I say could because you gotta embrace it. You gotta take the step. You gotta say, and do something like my kitchen transformation that you will see in my academy, where you go through and do an audit of your own kitchen. Start reading the labels. Say everything ultra processed, you're out of here. I'm taking the step into whole food, plant-based living, where all things come from whole ingredients. And then you say, well, how am I going to know how to make ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard, all of these different things? Well, turn to people like me, I'll show you. And it's far easier than you think to keep yourself stocked with incredible ingredients that are amazingly healthy for you. Even bring probiotics in the cases of fermented salsas, fermented mustards, and understanding the probiotics that can come into your gut microflora and absolutely step up everything as far as how your body is absorbing nutrition. Understanding prebiotics that feed the probiotics, things like buckwheat, sprouted buckwheat, using sunchokes, all these different things that actually power charge the probiotics you're getting by having great varieties of fermented foods coming in. But it's not enough to just have those. Then put prebiotics in on top by having something like buckwheat with your oatmeal and making a overnight oats, like I showed my sprouted There it is, sprouted oat and buckwheat overnight oats with chia in it. And this one in this case has diced figs in there as well. This is a powerhouse breakfast here, raw vegan, that you would put milk in, nut milk of choice, or vegan milk, I should say, of choice, because it could be oat milk. It doesn't have to be a nut milk. And let it sit overnight, then put fresh fruit on the top in the morning. You're good to go. This is a superfood meal. Not only is it buckwheat and oats, and buckwheat's a prebiotic, oats is great for the heart, but it doesn't have any sugar in it, so it's naturally sweetened with the figs that I've diced into there. And even to take it up one more notch, and this is where, if you're working with Chef James, a difference comes to play. This is the life force energy has been activated. Why? Because the buckwheat and the oats are sprouted. They're just not the ones you buy from the store, just plain how you get them. And not that you couldn't make it that way. But what I like to teach people is how to supercharge everything you're going to make in the kitchen. Okay? And so in this case, I sprouted that buckwheat. I soaked it only 30 minutes. It doesn't take long for buckwheat to hydrate. And then drained it, put a wet towel over it, and watched just until those tails started popping out on that buckwheat. And then I put it into the dehydrator and dried it. So now we have a raw sprouted buckwheat, far better, far more bioavailable to the system, and supercharged. The life force energy is now alive in that buckwheat. Same thing on the oats. By organic oat groats, you got to find some that haven't been pasteurized, so they're sproutable. Sprout them right till the tails are coming out, dry them, and once they're dry, you can, let me slide this into the picture here, put them through something like this. This is a hopper that rolls oats. So I make my own raw vegan sprouted oats with something like this. If you want to watch that in action, tune in live today at 1 p.m. when I will be going on with Ellen and making her Almond Joy oatmeal, but I will be using sprouted, hand-rolled oats to make the oatmeal. This is where my academy takes it to the next level. We're talking supercharged in every way, whether you're making raw or cooked. You're going to bring that life force energy alive and just take it up one notch. I'm not saying that it's unhealthy to just use organic oats or organic buckwheat the way they are, but why not sprout them to life if you could? And if you want to really take those extra steps to supercharge all the food you make, I can show you how. That's why my academy is called a Living Foods Academy. If there's a life force energy to awaken in any dormant seed, grain, nut, if they are sproutable, like almonds, I will do it. I will sprout them to life. Then we make food with them. This is a concept from teaching the top chef raw vegan program for many years and understanding the power of that life force energy and what it brings to the body. But I'm fusing that into the best of whole food plant-based. And many of my recipes are 100% raw. Many are just whole food plant-based, and then some have the best of both, doing gently cooking, putting the vegetables in right at the end and not overcooking them and then serving it. But you got to treat and slice them differently if you're going to put them in right at the end. You can't have big chunks of carrot if you're not. Those would need to simmer for a long time on the stove. You're going to lose a lot of nutrients, vitamins, enzymes. But if you thin slice them in a very different way, because you know you're going to put them in right before you serve it, and the heat is not even going anymore, and they're going to get perfectly al dente in the soup or whatever it is you're making, and or in all the other vegetables. I'm just using carrot as an example. Now you have a supercharged version of a whole food plant-based recipe where you haven't sat and simmered away all the vitamins, all the nutrients on the stove. So many recipes for soups just say, well, add all this, put the veggies in at the beginning, and then it's simmering for hours on the stove. That's not doing anyone any good, really. You're cooking all of the nutrients out of it. There's a better way. There's a supercharged way to get the best concepts of everything you get out of raw vegan, the best concepts of everything of whole food plant-based, bring them together in a dance. There you have plantfoodculinary.com, where you can learn these kind of techniques, things that are 100% raw, things that are whole food plant-based, and dance together. And then in putting together and combining them in a meal, you might have, if you think about a pie chart of optimal health in a meal, how can I bring in more raw food and more raw recipes? It might be the sauce, the salad, different aspects of it that are raw, and then some a little bit of cooked. Because I like to keep it to about 70-80% raw, and the rest you can have fun with bringing in a cooked element. If you're talking optimal health, I'm high raw. I'm not afraid of putting some cooked elements in, because there is a lot of, if you really get down to the science of it, and you're living a plant-based lifestyle and want to have all the nutrient values you can have coming in for optimal protein, for fiber, everything, I personally can't negate the power of beautiful beans, rice, grains, when I've sprouted them to life, like my living manna bread, which is the original bread from the Bible. And I can sprout ancient farro, or einkorn, or rye, and get those tails out and then use it right then, not even dehydrating it, as a wet sprouted grain, and make a living loaf of bread that's made in the dehydrator. That's actually a raw vegan, most upcharged bread that you can imagine, and so nutty, so delicious. It's incredible. And so even within baking, I can bring in the concepts of living food, life activated, and bring it all together in something delicious for you. So, but understanding all of those concepts of sprouting everything to life is really what I'm about. And the whole life force energy, activated foods. And if you want to experience that, my academy is where you want to come and check out everything. Oh, I just realized that on Instagram, sometimes if you give 2 thumbs up, you get a fireworks show, as you just saw. So Instagram totally agreed with me on the power of putting life force energy into food. That was wonderful timing there. So if you're just tuning into this, check out the link above, because I am a part of the Vegan Health Bundle that has an incredible array of award-winning chefs and influencers and doctors and authors and physical therapy specialists, people that do exercise, you name it, it's in here. And it ends today at 11:59 p.m. Best $49 you can spend in 2024. Jump on the train of saying, life's going to be different now. I'm going to feel that kick in my step when I wake up. Whether I'm 20 years old or whether I'm 85 years old, it's never too late. I have worked with people who are well about, 70, 80 years old, and they still have turned their life around, got themselves off medications, taken control of their life. And not that there isn't a place and time for listening to your doctor, but everything that you're going through with your doctor can be expedited by using your diet and thinking of food as medicine. That's the most powerful medicine you have every day. You have control. Something like this bundle package is going to take you there. Like I said, best $49 you can spend, but it ends today. Everything in this bundle by Monday morning is back to retail price from award-winning chefs, authors, influencers around the globe. And if you tried to go out and individually buy all these components tomorrow, it's actually over $8,000, believe it or not. $8,000 worth of material. So if you want to learn all these great techniques, making your own broth, making things from scratch, getting away from ultra-processed foods. I always say when you go in the grocery store, you should either take a left or right, wherever that produce section is. Go get your produce, a few bulk items, get back out of there. Ignore everything in a box, ignore everything in a bottle, ignore everything in a can. It's all dead, it's all irradiated, it's all pasteurized. There's no nutrient value in it. There's a way to do it better. Hook into your local farmers, know your getting CSA boxes, going to the farmer's market, knowing whichever health food stores in your areas are supporting those local farmers, because local's the best. Shortest distance between dirt and plate is going to be the best thing you can do and help your local economy. It will be the best step you've ever taken. It's an exciting adventure for you and your kids. I'm all about getting the kids in the kitchen, and I'm actually going to have a book coming out on that soon, but it's a family adventure. It's a personal and a family adventure. Get the whole family involved. If you buy this bundle for $49 today, by midnight tonight, I have to impress that, click the link in my bio, you will see that even in this bundle, plenty of great ideas for getting kids involved in plant-based, whole food lifestyle. And great ideas, actually, a number of them in the bundle about getting kids into the kitchen and kid-friendly, kid-easy recipes where not only are you making something that you know kids will like, but they're easy enough that you can get kids up on a chair or something stable. Go into Amazon and you can actually even find beautiful kits for toddlers that have the safe knives that are plastic and serrated, and they can go in and chop up those avocados with you, those cucumbers with you, and get involved in that process. Get them up to the counter, get them involved. Great recipe ideas in this bundle package for doing that. I highly recommend it. I did this with my kids. Get them up to the counter from the get-go. They're both foodies today that love great cooking. In fact, my daughter was just here from Portland, Oregon with my new grandchild, Arlo, which just turned 2, and I got him the full little chef gear from Amazon with a little chef hat and all his tools, and boy was he excited. Only 2 years old, got right up to the counter. He was just chopping away with me. We made a vegan macaroni and cheese with steamed broccoli, which he just wolfed down, and then we made some beautiful sugar-free oatmeal raisin cookies, and he got to help shape them out. It was hard to get him to stop eating the dough, which was perfectly fine. It's a raw vegan dough, so it was great, and he could absolutely enjoy it. And these cookies could be made in the dehydrator or baked. That's how I fly. I like a lot of my recipes can be taken whatever direction you want. Many of them in the baked realm can be baked or can be made raw. I love that kind of thing. But baby Arlo was so excited. And I had no idea whether he'd have the attention span or not. I was in a live with my students while he was doing this, but he was engaged. He stayed right there at the counter and made this beautiful meal with me. You can do that with your kids. Get them involved. Get the entire family involved in stepping into optimal health. It makes it more fun. It takes the stress off the one person, whether that's mom or dad or whoever it is in the house that is doing most of the food. Get everyone involved. Make it exciting. Take trips to the farmer's market. Create opportunities for scavenger hunts. If you have kids, give them a list. Here's what we're going to make pizza. And have a little idea exchange at the breakfast table about what could we find, and give them a list. And everyone can go out and find their different components and bring them back together. They'll be so excited by the time you get home to get up and make that pizza all as a family and take part in chopping it, building it in beautiful ways, that I guarantee you they're going to eat more of it and get more of the flavors of the complete rainbow into their diet than they would if you didn't do that. I have personal experience with that with my 2 children when they were small, toddlers. If I made the pizza ahead of time, I quickly realized that and set it in front of them. What are the kids going to do? They're going to start picking and what's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? And it's too confusing to them. They don't want to eat it. I thought, okay, so a little reverse psychology here. How can I work this out? So what I did is made the pizza dough. We were vegetarian back then, but I do have raw vegan versions of pizza that will blow your mind, so that's how I would do them now. But back then, I was just doing a normal pizza dough, pulled them into the kitchen. I had created the mise en place. Mise en place means everything in its place. It's all your little components of what could go on a pizza. Hadn't built the pizza yet, hadn't even put the sauce on. And they loved getting that pastry brush and brushing on that marinara sauce onto the pizza, and then looking at the rainbow of possibilities that I had laid out on the counter and started building and they each had their individual, by the way. The idea was they get to build their own. And Hannah's was very different than Jesse's. And they're staring in the window of the oven and watching them bake and bubble and do all the things. They're so excited in the entire process. By the time we got to the table to eat the pizza, they wolfed it down, the same and even actually more complex versions of a veggie pizza than what I had served them before that they were picking apart because someone just plopped it in front of them. Get the kids engaged, get them into the process every step of the way, and you're going to see that they will diversify their own palate and rewire their own brain to understand the complexities and beauties of a multi-complex ingredients in a meal. It works. This is the book I have coming out. That and many other tips on how to get those kids in the kitchen. But as I was saying, all of those kind of ideas, or at least the recipes for those kind of ideas, are in this bundle. They're in that vegan health bundle. There's a number of great authors that have good books on there. One of them is even in my chef course. And so it's a beautiful way to explain how complex and full-rounded this package is. Something for people in individual just raw vegan journeys, whole food plant-based journeys, or both, or a combination of both, like I teach, and health, nutrition, all the science of it, exercise, that full functional medicine kind of approach, where it's about learning meditation, it's about learning exercise, it's about learning optimized food, bringing it all together to be the best that you can be in 2024. This $49 purchase will change your family's life and or your life. It's a great idea for buying a gift for friends that you may want to help out in their healing journey. Click the link in my bio, check it all out. And by the way, clicking the link doesn't mean it takes you to a buy now page where you're going to buy it. No, it just takes you to a website where you can scroll through and see exactly what I'm talking about here. Today's the last day. Check it out. Please, tomorrow, if I'm on here, I'll be saying, sorry, you missed out. We only come together once a year for 10 days, all these top chefs in the vegan world, to present this as a way to get the word out and get people into our programs. Take advantage of it today, and don't forget that you can gift it. As I was saying a moment ago, have the email of who you want to gift it to ready when you go in to purchase one. You can purchase one for yourself, but then you could go back in and make another purchase and use the email of who you want to send this as a gift to. Make sure you give them a heads up to watch for the email so it doesn't end up in a spam box or whatever. It's going to have the direct link to this incredible package for them and start a whole new journey for them. And that could be someone in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I don't care where they're at. This will change their life. It will put more kick in their step. There's just so much in this incredible package, including, of course, going live with me 8 times a year in the incredible Vibrant Vegan for Every Season, a seasonal class where I'm going to be pulling stuff fresh from the farmer's market, or many people get a CSA box. The idea is you have a pile of vegetables on the counter. What can you turn it into? A lot of people think, well, just a soup or a salad. Well, I can tell you, it goes far beyond that. I've been teaching gourmet, ethnic, raw, vegan, and whole food plant-based cuisine for many, many years to chefs around the world. And I can take that same pile of vegetables and give it an ethnic twist. We can make Indian food with it. We can make Indonesian food with it. We can make Mexican food with it, Peruvian food, South United States. I love the Creole, those kind of things, Northern European styles, you name it. I've taught ethnic foods from around the world. That same pile of vegetables can become so many different magical things. That's what you get to experience in my Vibrant Vegan for Every Season. And they will change throughout the year. Of course, there's different things available in the spring, far different things available in the summer when the harvest starts to happen. In the fall, we're full into harvest, where there's really, that's absolutely the most fun because all of the harvest markets are bringing everything to us. And then winter is more about sustainability and vitamins and how you can pull it all together, and holidays. That's definitely the time for holiday foods, and so I'll be putting that holiday kind of twist to it and showing traditional things that we would all be wanting to know in the wintertime about, and because it's a very limited scope of things that are available in the dead of winter, but you can always create magic. And so I'll be showing that in the Vibrant Vegan for Every Season. Only $49 until 11:59 p.m. tonight. Tomorrow, if you want to get into it, you still can. It's a great class. I highly recommend it. But Monday, $295 is what you'll pay for the same course. It's just what I have to charge. That, and even that's a great deal. But in this bundle package that I choose to take part in to change the world one bite at a time, as I say, with these other celebrity vegan chefs from around the world, $49. If you get it by the end of today at 11:59. So don't miss out. Click the link and check out this bundle. Scroll through. I know you'll see this is a life changer. You should do it. And come play with me in the kitchen. Come play with any number of other chefs in the kitchen, or get access to cookbooks or nutrition doctors, everything that could potentially change your life, all for the better, for sure. Don't forget you can gift it as well. Check out the bundle. It's the clock is ticking. 11:59 p.m. is coming tonight, and you're going to miss out. Only $49. The best $49 you'll spend this year. You're going to spend more than that at going out to dinner. So have a great day. Enjoy all the lives on Instagram that you're going to be seeing from vegan celebrity chefs, including myself. I have a 1 o'clock, a 1:30, a 3 p.m. These are incredible demo discussions where I will be sharing more food recipes like I have been doing all week, like these incredible carrot cakes that I made from the bundle package and the beautiful dessert book that Amanda Sick has in there called Simply Sweet. And things like this will continue all day today. You're going to see great examples from all of us in the bundle because we're making that final push. This is the final day. Click the link, check it out. Have a great day, and I will see everyone back at 1 p.m. when I'm going to go live with Ellen and do her Almond Joy oatmeal and talk about how to roll your own high-powered sprouted oats. See everyone at 1.